Just waiting for Facebook to connect. I think it's on the. All right, yeah, we're live. Okay, so actually, kind of frustrated right now. I just wrote up a post that I've been working on for an hour, maybe a little more, and I went to copy it and paste it over to my Evernote, and it erased it. So anyways, I figured I'd jump on here and talk about what I wanted to talk about while I get this thing rewritten, hopefully by tonight. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about staying on track on the weekend, right? And I think this is an interesting topic. It's definitely something I used to struggle with a lot, specifically like looking through the lens of nutrition, right? So this is really geared towards those with physique goals or those, with fat loss goals. And um, just wanted to go over a couple of strategies that I use with myself and with clients on the weekends, right? So, it's the weekend, right? So a lot of us, a lot of people don't have to work, right? So it's time to let loose, time to enjoy yourself, time to do whatever you want with your free time, right? So, um, I think one thing that is tough on the weekends is we want to let loose, and when it comes to nutrition, specifically when our goal is fat loss, right, we still need to stay on track. I would argue that the weekend is actually a time to strategize even further because with when your goal is fat loss with so many other variables, right, like maybe you're going out for dinner, maybe you have a family event planned, maybe you're getting together with friends, maybe there's a birthday party, right, maybe there's going to be some dessert there's all these different things, right, and so there's so many different variables and influences that can throw us off track, right? And so for me, something huge is planning ahead and strategizing for the weekend, right? So for example, tomorrow night, I'm going to have a chicken burger, right? I'm going to have a gluten-free bun. I'm going to have a chicken burger. I might have a treat later that night. I don't know. I haven't thought it all the way through. I'll probably track it in my Fitness Pal tonight or first thing in the morning. And so my thing, I love to track a day ahead to kind of know what I'm eating. But also, again, like I always talk about, more structure leads to more freedom, right? So what I'm going to do is enter some things that I want to eat, right? I'm going to enter my gluten-free bun. I'm going to enter my chicken burger with, like, I think there's cheese and something else. I don't know. It looks really bomb. I'd have to go look at the package. But I might have some ice cream or some cookies tomorrow night, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan my entire day around that, right? So typically when we've got a big event, we're going to have a big dinner, or maybe we're going to have a big dessert, something like that, right? We know we're going to have that. A easy strategy to use is like keep it lean throughout the day. If it's going to be super carb heavy at night, maybe you just stick to lean protein and veggies throughout most of the day, right? That's a great strategy. If you're not tracking, I would definitely say track though. Obviously, more of a straight line to success. I know that you guys have heard me say this over and over again, but I am a huge proponent of tracking. So plan ahead these meals, guys. Like, plan ahead. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. There's nothing wrong with working things in moderation, right? So plan ahead for these big meals. Plan ahead for these meals that you go eat out. Plan ahead for these desserts, right? So that would be the number one tip: is strategize, right? Plan ahead. Build your day around this event or this dinner, right? And I would say number two, and this is especially common around beginners or like people new to the gym, is they usually like they'll work out Monday through Friday and then they'll just take the weekend off, right? Something like that. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I made early on, right? Is like when I wasn't as active, I would just kind of, my nutrition would fall to the wayside a little bit. So now, just knowing that about myself and my history, I usually plan my workouts. Like, I usually make sure my program has a lift one of the weekend days. It just so happens tomorrow I will work out tomorrow. Today's a rest day. I don't know what I'm talking about. But sometimes it ends up where it is a rest day on the weekend, right? But the thing is like staying active, guys. So even if it is a rest day, I'm gonna get active rest, right? Whether that's taking my dogs for a long walk or going for a hike or maybe a bike ride, something of that nature, right? Just so you're staying active. Like, my suggestion is, even if it is a rest day, stay active. Keep yourself moving, right? So that would be tip number two, is like stay active on the weekend. And then I would say number three is keep yourself busy. I know, like, me personally, I don't do well without structure or without, some kind of a loose plan, right? Like, it is the weekend. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to do the things you want to do, right? But at the same time, have some sort of plan. Like, don't just sit on the couch all weekend, because then that's going to lead to like mindless snacking or, other negative influences potentially, right? So, I'll usually plan my time around, like, spending time with my family, right? Maybe I spend some time with friends. I usually carve out some time to work on my business. I stress relief, right? So maybe a long walk in the woods or a long walk with the dogs. Meditation, reading, journaling, things like this. Maybe just hanging out. Maybe I'm just hanging out with the dogs. Maybe I'm just hanging out with the fam. Maybe I'm playing some video games or something like that. But I'm going to strategize it, right? I'm going to have some sort of a plan, so I don't fall wayside to temptation and things like that. So that would be tip number 3 is keep yourself busy. Don't just do nothing, find a hobby if you're having trouble keeping yourself busy. So I would say those are my top 3 tips, guys. I would say plan ahead, right? If you enjoy yourself on the weekend, make sure you enjoy yourself. Make sure you do, eat something that you really enjoy, but strategize, right? Plan ahead. Make sure that you've got a plan of action to keep yourself on track, right? Number 2, again, stay active, right? Make sure you're staying active, even if it's just getting out for a long walk, right? Getting out into nature, something like that, right? And number 3 is keep yourself busy, right? Have a plan going into the weekend. Have a plan, kind of think about what you're going to do each day instead of just sitting there, watching TV or doing nothing and just kind of, falling to temptation, like falling victim to temptation, right? Like mindless snacking and other negative influences. So anyways, guys, hope this helps. Make sure you've got a plan going into the weekend, and I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll catch you later.